Hey guys, it's your girl Courtney with Jumpseat Diaries, and I am back today for another video. So again, if you guys don't know, the content that I create for this YouTube channel literally comes from the questions that you guys ask me. So if you DM me a question or you leave a comment down below, chances are I will take that question and I will turn it into a YouTube video, which leads me to the question that we have today. Someone reached out to me in DMs and they said that they were really concerned about their first 5 years of being a flight attendant because, as you guys know, or maybe you don't, and I'm getting ready to bust your bubble, you're gonna be poor, okay? As a flight attendant, your first 5 years, you're probably going to be poor. It's just a known fact that flight attendants do not make that much money. Luckily, I do work for Southwest, which is one of the highest paid flight attendants in the industry, but even then, if I did not have my business and I was not a nurse to fall back on, I'm not even gonna lie, your girl would be broke. So with that said, I wanted to create a video for you guys of side hustles that you can do that are flexible enough to work around your flight attending schedule and that require little to no experience. And I'm gonna start this off by saying, because one of my biggest pet peeves when I was looking at videos, when I was looking for side hustles, if the video automatically started off with Uber or DoorDash, I was turning that shit off, okay? Because I'm sorry, sis, I'm not putting anybody in my car and I'm not about to walk your Chipotle up 3 flights of stairs in the Arizona heat. So I can promise you that none of the side hustles on my list involve Uber or DoorDash, because we don't do that over here. So with that said, go ahead and grab your wine, grab a piece of paper and a pen and pull up a chair and let's get into these side hustles. Oh, also, I would like to add that everything that I am going to give you on this list is either something that I have tried already myself and can speak firsthand experience to it, or B, I have researched the hell out of it and just have not gotten around to doing it, but it is something that I would do. I'm not about to have you all out here doing something that I personally myself would not do. Okay, so make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification. Y'all know what to do. I'm still trying to get my watch hours up. We need to get 4,000 so that I can get monetized, so help your girl out. But let's get into these side hustles. Okay guys, so for starters, for each of the side hustles that I'm going to give you, I'm going to try my best to tell you how to go about getting started, as well as what the startup cost will be. And then I will also leave a downloadable down below that you can download that has more detailed information, like where to go, what the process is, like step by step. I want to try to make this as easy as possible for you guys, okay? Because that's what your sis is here for. All right, so the very first side hustle I want to give you guys. Number one, substitute teaching. When I tell you this is the easiest thing like there is to do, it is super easy. Literally 2 requirements to be a substitute teacher. Depending on the state that you're in, it may not even be this hard, okay? Number one, you have to have a bachelor's degree. Have to, kinda, sorta, because some states you don't even have to have a bachelor's degree. However, to make it easy for you, number one, you have to have a bachelor's degree in any subject. Like, you could have a bachelor's degree in underwater basket weaving. It does not matter, as long as it's a BA degree. That's all you need. The second thing you need is you need to be fingerprinted and background checked, which you are already going through the process of being fingerprinted and background checked as a flight attendant. So if you can pass an FAA background check, you will be able to pass background check for a substitute teacher. I will leave the links down below for Arizona, but the process is pretty similar for all the other schools. There's a couple of different agencies that you can go through. I will leave the agencies down in the PDF that you can download that I'm registered with. You literally apply with your Department of Education to get your substitute teaching license. There's no test, there's no nothing. You literally just send in a copy of your bachelor's degree and that's it. Then they'll come back to you and they'll tell you, okay, you've been cleared, go get your fingerprinting done. Then you go down, you get your fingerprinting done, you send that to them. And then once they get all that back, they'll schedule an interview. The interview is super, super easy. You do not have to have any teaching experience. You don't even have to have any experience working with kids. Crazy as hell, I know, but that's just how it works. And then after that, you will usually sign up for, there's like a couple different apps that you can sign up for, and you turn on notifications. And then on the days you want to work, you log into the apps and it will give you a list of schools that are looking for substitute teachers in your area what the subject is, and how much it's paying. Now, depending on what state you're in, it pays anywhere from $125 to $200 per day. Here's a little tip. Because we are flight attendants and we have flight benefits, what I personally do is I researched the school district that paid the highest and I registered with them, because your girl will jump on a flight and go substitute teach in California or New York if it's gonna pay me $225 for 6 hours. Literally take the first flight in, take the last flight out. You can pick whether you wanna teach elementary school, high school, teach middle school. Me personally, I would stay away from the middle schoolers, they're the worst. High school, super easy. Majority of the time, they're on their laptop and they just need a body in the classroom to make sure that these kids don't burn the place down. Probably one of the easiest jobs that you will do. And again, all you need is a background check and a bachelor's degree. Go register to be a substitute teacher. So this next side hustle is for all of my healthcare girlies. And before y'all come for me and say, but I thought you said that this is something that everybody will be able to do. Slow your roll, okay? So for my healthcare girlies, I'm gonna speak to you guys first. If you guys are nurses, RNs, LVNs, CNAs, phlebotomists, behavioral health techs, you can work PRN, okay, which is basically per diem. You pick up one-off shifts and you work whenever you want. Now, traditionally, when people think PRN, they think they register with an agency, which you can do. I will get into that later. But there are apps out there where you can literally pick up shifts for the day. Like literally you log in and it says, we need a med tech at this hospital for these next 12 hours. We need an RN in the ER at this hospital for on this day. A lot of the jobs are either for that day or you can look out, I believe it's like 2 months out. You can pick up one shift, you can pick up 2 shifts, you can pick up 3 shifts. It's totally up to you. The cool thing is you get paid, like, I think when you first start off, depending on the app, when you first start off, I think you get paid 24 hours after. After you've worked a couple shifts with them, you literally walk out the door and hit pay and the money gets deposited right there on your debit card, like right then and there. And they have all different types of like healthcare niches. I have picked up shifts in psych. I've picked up shifts as a med tech. I've picked up shifts in home health. The app that I use, it's called NURSA, N-U-R-S-A. There are several others as well. I will go ahead and I will include that in the PDF that you guys can download, okay? Like I said, you can be an LVN, an RN, an NP, a phlebotomist, a CNA, behavioral health tech, it does not matter. The other option that you have is look into home health. If you want something that's a little bit more consistent, home health is the way to go. With home health, you get a group of patients. It could be 6 to 7 or 8 patients, sometimes more, and you see them once a week. Well, the cool thing is you set up your own schedule. So you call them, because these people are on home health legally under Medicare rules. In order to qualify for home health, it means you have to be homebound, which means if you're homebound, your nurse should be able to come and see you whenever you want. So usually these people don't tell you when to see them, you tell them when you're coming. So you could literally get your schedule, and if you know that you're flying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can schedule all your patients for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Completely up to you. You usually drive to each person's house. You spend anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes at their house. If you're an RN, you're usually doing opening cases, which usually takes about an hour to 2 hours. If you're an LVN, you're usually doing treatment or med management or education. So wound care, teaching them how to take their insulin, things like that. Super, super easy. Usually you don't have to have a lot of experience because these people aren't like usually on their deathbed. They're usually just homebound because they've had surgery and they haven't gone back to work or whatever. You can register with literally a million different agencies. You can also be extremely picky and you can say, I only want to work in this area. I only want this number of patients. I only want whatever. Usually you're paid per visit. Sometimes they pay hourly. I personally like the ones that pay per visit. This also is going to vary greatly of what state you're located in. Obviously, this is one that you're going to have to do in the state that you live in because you're going to need a car. You're going to need to be able to drive back and forth to these people's houses. But you usually get paid anywhere from $30 to $45 per visit as an LVN and anywhere from $75 to $125 per visit as an RN. Keep in mind, you're only at these people's houses for like 15, 20 minutes. It's not uncommon for me to be able to see 8 patients in 5 hours. You do the math, okay? That you're usually paid either every 2 weeks or every month. With the nursing apps like Nursa, those are usually you're in a long-term care facility, or you're in a hospital, or you're in like a residential like treatment center type place. You don't necessarily need a car for those. You can Uber in, Uber out, totally up to you, but you can again set your own schedule. Now, for my girlies who are not in the healthcare industry already, meaning you're not a nurse or anything like that, the options that you have is, number one, I would highly suggest getting your CNA. It is so super easy to get a CNA license. I think you can get one in like 6 weeks, okay? It may even be less than that. And it's not that expensive. That will open you up to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. If you absolutely don't want to do that, there's a couple of courses that you can take online where you can become a sitter. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's boring as hell. But basically what you are doing is you are placed in a hospital setting and you sit in a room, in a chair with one patient, and you're usually sitting with that patient because either they have dementia and they're always trying to get out of bed, or they're a psych patient or whatever, but you're literally just sitting in the room watching them. You can't eat, can't sleep, you can read a book usually. Some people will let you listen to headphones, some won't. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's boring, but you usually get paid like $25, $28 an hour, and it's extremely flexible. Those are my tips for those of you guys who have a healthcare background, nurses, LVNs. Oh, same thing with phlebotomy. If you have a phlebotomy license, it's super easy to become a phlebotomy tech. I did my phlebotomy before I became a nurse, and I think I did it in 3 months. And you can do it at like a community college. It's literally one class. And you can be a travel phlebotomist where you just go from house to house to house, or patient to patient to patient. You draw their blood, you drop it off at Quest, and you're done, okay? And you get paid for that. So that is my second side hustle for all of my healthcare girlies, or my girlies who are interested in getting into healthcare but want a side hustle as well. So my side hustle number 3 are for people who have cars that don't necessarily care about them. So if you got a G-Wagon, if you got a brand new Tesla, if you got a BMW, this is probably not gonna be the side hustle for you. However, if you've got, like me, I had a 2015 Kia Optima, you might wanna look into Turo for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're gone a lot, okay? So literally, we are paying for a car, especially if you have a car though. You're paying for a car, or you have a car that is literally just sitting collecting dust while you were away. Number 2, I don't know about you guys, but for me as a flight attendant, we get free airport parking. And so it is super easy to put a lockbox on your car, park it in the employee parking lot, list your car on Turo, and then when people land at the airport, they can pick up their car from the airport. And so you have an added selling bonus feature, because most people who are coming in who need a Turo usually need it from the airport. And people usually charge a premium for having to drive the car to the airport. Now keep in mind, this is Turo. So I personally have not had a bad experience with Turo, but I have heard some horror stories. There are definitely safety measures that you can put into place to protect your car. I'm not talking about your car getting stolen or anything like that, but damages and things like that. There are things that you can do to put into place. This works really well if you've got a secondary car. This works really well, like I said, if you have a car that you don't really care that much about. Would I put my 2015 Kia Optima onto Turo? Yes. Would I put my G-Wagon onto Turo? Absolutely not, okay? So again, you can earn a really good chunk of change. Now you are going to need somebody to kind of help you with this one. So if you've got a boyfriend, a best friend, a neighbor, or whatever, because once that car gets dropped off, you're gonna need somebody to be able to run it to the car wash, get it a car wash, fill it up with gas, and then bring it back to the drop-off point. or you can coordinate your drop-offs to when you're gone. So like if you know you're going to be gone for a week, then only Turo your car out for that week, and you drop it off at the airport. They pick it up either that day or the next day, and then they drop it off either the day that you get back or a couple of days after you go get it. Totally up to you. But you can make some really, really good money from Turo using the car that you already have. I have actually gone so far as to consider buying a used car. I just so happen to have a friend who owns a used car like dealership, like he's a mechanic and like he flips cars. And I've actually thought about going to get a car just so that I can put it on Turo permanently. Also, when I was younger and my first like 3 cars, I used to go to auctions. I used to drive up to or fly up to there's a big, huge San Francisco auction, or maybe in Oakland. I don't remember. This is years ago. This was back in like the 90s. Okay, I'm dating myself here. You could take like $900 and you can go buy a car that runs well. These are people's cars who got repoed because they had a bunch of parking tickets because hello, welcome to San Francisco. And it cost them more to pay off the parking tickets than the car was worth. So a lot of the times they just would not go get the car. So these were cars that were good condition running cars. You pay anywhere from $500 to $1,000. You get them. I used to drive them home and then I would have a car. So I'm actually in the process of considering doing that and putting those cars on Turo, because right now I actually don't have a car because your girl hates to drive and I personally enjoy Ubering everywhere. So there's no need for me to have a car. But if I did get a car, definitely I would put it up on Turo. I do have a couple of friends who own Turo businesses. So I reached out to them and they gave me some tips and tricks. So I will throw that in the PDF. It will be the downloadable of all of these combined tips and tricks. So the tips and tricks that I will give you concerning Turo are coming from my friends who actually have Turo businesses, who own like a fleet of cars and they only do Turo. So you're going to be getting the tips and tricks from the people who actually do this full-time for a living. Tip number 4, and I'm gonna say this, I shouldn't even have to say this, but I'm gonna say this anyway. My number 4 tip is dog/pet sitter. If you don't like dogs, don't be watching nobody's pets, please. Like, cause a lot of us, like, these are our kids and we will catch a case over them, okay? So if you know you don't like dogs, you know you don't like cats, you can just go ahead and skip to the next one. Do not sign up to do the side hustle, okay? With that said, I would create yourself a nice little ad, a nice little flyer, sign up for Rover. There's a couple other apps out there that you can sign up for, Facebook Marketplace, where you can advertise yourself as a dog walking, dog sitting, pet sitting service. I know me personally, that was probably one of the hardest, most stressful parts of becoming a flight attendant, was finding a reliable dog sitter. And that says a lot considering I have a whole ass child, okay? It was harder for me to find care for my dog, reliable care, than it was for me to figure out what I was gonna do with my kid. So if you love pets and you love animals, you will make a killing just probably with your own airline alone, especially if you are like blocking your schedule. Like, let's say you're working 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. For those 2 weeks, post in your company's Facebook group, post on Facebook Marketplace that you are a pet sitter and that you are open to pet sitting somebody's dog or cat. Number 1, most of the time, I'm a little bit different. I'm really picky because I will only use a pet sitter that's willing to come to my house, but trust me, you're gonna pay for that, okay? I'm talking like $75 to $125 a day to watch a dog, which I have cameras, so I literally see that they're just cuddling on the couch with him, like watching movies. And I'm paying $125 for that a day. Anyways, if you were to accept dogs or cats at your house, it's a lot easier because then you can accept more than 1 or 2 as long as they are spayed or neutered. You don't have to worry about them humping on each other and getting each other. Yeah, anyways. But people will pay you really good money for that. Make sure you check with your landlord first if you live in an apartment that you are okay having dogs or cats, but you can actually make really good money if you are open to dog sitting and pet sitting. Like I said, sign up on Rover. If you don't want to necessarily pet sit where they stay at your house overnight, or you stay at their house overnight, you can do just dog walking. I personally live in Arizona. I am not trying to walk nobody's dog in 110 degree heat. I don't even want to walk my own dog in 110 degree heat. However, if you don't live in Arizona and you like dog walking, you can definitely do that. I know I pay my dog walker $25 per walk, and I think it's like a 15-minute walk. Or sometimes I will pay them $25 and I'll be like, don't walk them, just take them to the dog park. So literally I'm paying them $25 to watch my dog run around and dig up dirt. I think I need therapy, because now that I think about that, that's kind of insane. But anyways, that is my tip number, I don't know if that's 4 or 5 or whatever. Look into being a dog walker, dog sitter, pet sitter. But again, I've even had to hire somebody to watch our fish before, like to come in and feed our fish so that they didn't die. Like if we were gonna be gone for long periods of time, that's super easy. So definitely put up an ad on Rover or Facebook Marketplace or something like that if you're interested. If you're in Arizona, reach out to me, because I'm always looking for a dog sitter or a dog walker. Okay, tip number 5, this is back into healthcare. You guys need 0 experience at all for this. The only thing that you need for this job is a background check and a reliable means of transportation. Medical transport driver. Basically, your job as a medical there's 2 folds. You have 2 things that you can do. What's up, baby? He wants to say hi. There's 2 things that you can do for this. Number 1, you can transport people. I'm not doing that. Or you can transport medical equipment or samples, like blood samples. I know one of the main companies that does this is Quest. You have to have 0 experience whatsoever. What happens is, for example, a nurse will go to a patient's house who's in home health and will draw their blood. And you, as the medical transport person, you go to their house, you pick up the sample, you put it in a little freezer, put it in your car, you drive it to either the hospital or you drive it to Quest and you drop it off. That's it. Simple. Literally all you have to do. Sometimes you're picking up medical equipment. Maybe you need to drop off crutches, or you need to drop off a breast pump, or like whatever they tell you to drop off. And you don't have to deal with people. You literally knock on the door, here's your items, sign for it. It's kind of like Amazon delivery. It's super, super easy. Pays pretty decent, anywhere from $25 to $30 an hour. Completely flexible schedule. You can work whenever you want. Sometimes they even have overnight shifts. So if you are a night owl and you're cool with doing that at night, you can sign up to work at night. Some of these work off of an app where you literally log on and you say, I'm gonna pick up this 6-hour block, and then you work for that 6 hours and it tells you where you're going, what you're picking up. You can pick the area you wanna work in, the times you wanna work, the days you wanna work. That's pretty much it. The other one that you can do, I personally have not done this myself, but I do know I had a friend who did it, where you're transporting elderly to doctor's appointments. That's not my calling. If that's your calling, I love that for you. And they definitely need people out there like that. Who are you? That's not me. I will post whatever information that I have in my PDF that I give you guys, for those of you guys that are interested in that. Again, all you need is a reliable transportation, a car, and you need to be background checked and fingerprinted. And I did it, I think it took me like 4 days to get signed up. It was when I had a car, and then like I had my very first route. So super, super easy. Tip number 6, this is for my girlies and guys who spend a whole lot of time running off at the mouth on social media. If you're gonna be on social media a lot posting, you might as well be making money for it. This is where you get into affiliate marketing. Now, there's not a whole lot of money involved in this, but it is money that can be made quickly, and it is literally like an untrained monkey could do this. It's super easy. So you can sign up for a couple of different affiliate marketing platforms, the main one being Amazon, secondary being one that's called Like to Know It if you are into fashion, home decor, things like that. Then there's another one that I personally use called Skim Links, which literally covers everything, like literally everything. Like I could literally find an affiliate link for these wine glasses if I was gonna post about them. And basically you earn a commission off of any items that, not necessarily that you sell. For example, I'm going to, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna do this. I'm going to post an affiliate link for these glasses, this glassware, okay? I don't even remember where I got them from, but I'm gonna find an affiliate link. And what happens is, it happens to me all the time as a content creator, as somebody who's online. I will be making a video and it never fails. I will have somebody who will DM me or email me or post in my comments, I know this has nothing to do with your video, but that wine glass, where did you get it from? Or the number one thing I get asked is where I get my glasses from. I've had people ask me, what is that in the back? It's a heat press, by the way. People ask random questions. I have affiliate links for all of these things. And what happens is, let's say I got this wine glass at Target. I will go on the Target's website, I will find the affiliate link for it, and I will post it. Now, on the other end, if that person goes to click on this affiliate link and they buy this wine glass, I'm gonna earn a commission off of it. If they don't buy this wine glass, but they decide to buy a PlayStation for their kid, or Pine Sol, or a new laptop for their kids back to school, I earn a commission off of that too, just simply because they used my affiliate link. This is very good if you are a flight attendant and you are into like packing. Like if you have people who follow you on social media, like even if it's just your friends or family, like want to know what hotels you're staying at, how you pack something, how you pack for your food, post the links to this stuff, but make them affiliate links. Like every time I go somewhere, like I have one of the affiliate links I use is Viator. Every tour that I usually do, it's usually a Viator tour. So if I go whale watching and somebody's like, oh my God, I'm gonna be in Florida next week, I wanna go whale watching, where did you do this? I'm gonna go pull up my Viator link and I'm gonna send it to them. And I know Viator is one of those ones where you earn a little bit more commission. I think it's like $3 and some change. Granted, I know to start off, it sounds like you're like, oh, it's just $3. But you would be amazed of how quickly things add up. Now, to be fair, in full transparency, I have been a content creator for about 12 years. Whew, it's been a long time. For about 12 years. I've fallen off on doing affiliate links now lately just because I've been lazy, but I am getting back into it. But there was a time in place where I was earning $4,000 to $5,000 a month just in affiliate links. That's it. From Amazon, from Skin Links, from Like to Know It. I remember one time, Christmas, like 3 years ago, I bought this All Saints leather jacket. I think I sold 43 of those jackets, okay? And I earned, I don't know how much money in commission, all because someone saw me posting an outfit with an All Saints jacket that just happened to be like $400 or $500, and like 44 people bought the jacket. Insane. Didn't even know who these people were. But I want to thank you because that was a great Christmas. So definitely affiliate marketing. I will leave links in my PDF of affiliate marketing sites that you can sign up for. For these, you need no experience. You don't have to have a bunch of followers. They don't care. You just need to be active on whatever social media platform that you are going to post them on, and that's pretty much it. No other requirements to sign up other than a bank account because you got to get paid. Ooh, y'all, I probably should not have drank this whole glass of wine while I'm doing this video because your girl's kind of tipsy because I'm a lightweight. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next tip. The next tip requires a little bit of work and it requires a little bit of knowledge, but the payoff is huge. If you are skilled in pretty much anything, consider creating a course. It is basically zero startup. All you need is a cell phone or camera and some knowledge. You can even use ChatGPT to help you formulate your course outline. You can literally create a course in anything. I don't know, if you're a real estate agent, maybe you are going to create a course on how to become a real estate agent. If you are a nail tech, create a course on how to DIY your nails. If you homeschool, create a course about homeschooling. If you do, for example, I have starting a little side business where I'm doing heat press stuff, create a course on that. You can either choose to bootstrap it and do your own marketing, or there are platforms where you can create the course, upload the course, and then people pay like a membership to have access to a bunch of different courses, and you can earn a commission or earn money off of the course that you create. I'm not gonna lie, this one does take a little bit of work because you have to be able to sit down, edit the video, shoot the video. But the cool thing about it is you really only have to create the course once, and you can sell the same course over and over and over and over again. So it is definitely something to look into if you are knowledgeable about a bunch of different subjects and you're good at teaching people how to do that. With that said, I'm going to market myself here. I am actually creating a course on how to get hired by an airline, tips and tricks. So how to do your resume, how to pass the assessment, how to ace an interview, basically everything that you need to know on how to get selected to work for an airline, whether that be if you're interested in becoming a flight attendant, Or if you are interested in working in another area of the airport, like you want to be a ramper, or you want to work customer service, or you want to work reservations, or things like that. So my course will be dropping soon. I'm in the process of creating it right now. It is September, so I'm hoping to go live with that course in like mid-October. So if you're watching this video and you are interested in becoming a flight attendant, I'm assuming that's why you're watching it. If not, you're just bored and you just like to hear me talk, which is good too. But if you're interested in working for the airlines, then that's definitely a course that you're gonna wanna check out. So that is my tip number, I don't know, I think that's tip number 7. So this next tip that our side hustle that I'm going to tell you about does require a little bit of work because it actually is a job, but it's flexible. Sign up to become an on-call banquet server at a hotel. I personally would pick Marriott or Hyatt because not only do you get paid, but you get hotel discounts as well. So you just go on to Marriott.com, or you go on to Hyatt.com, or you go on to Hilton.com, and you look for an on-call banquet server position. Actually, they have a lot of on-call. You can do on-call housekeeping, on-call banquet server, on-call bartending, on-call valet. And you basically go through the process, you interview, because it's like a real job, like you actually get hired. Then you work when you want to work. Basically how it works is when somebody books a event at like the Hyatt, maybe it's a wedding, they will call all of their banquet servers and they will say, hey, we have a job on this day, are you available? And you say yes or no. I know people personally who work for the Hilton who got hired, worked maybe 1 or 2 shifts, have been hired for 4 years and have never worked again. And they still get hotel benefits. If there is a Hyatt or Hilton near you, you might want to consider that. If there's not a Hyatt or Hilton near you, remember, you've got flight benefits. That means that you are going to, say, live in Arizona and you're going to apply for Hilton or Hyatt or Marriott that's in California, and you're willing to fly in for that shift, then so be it. But it is very, very flexible. Now, you're not going to get healthcare and all that other stuff, but as a banquet server, you are going to get a paycheck. Actually, it's every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever the frequency that Marriott pays. And then you're also going to earn tips as well. Those you do have to have a little bit more experience, maybe serving experience or customer service experience, which if you're working for an airline, you already have customer service and hospitality experience. So whatever resume you use to get hired at the airline that you're working at, I would use a similar resume for that. And then just gear your cover letter towards working at a hotel. I'm on my 2nd glass of wine, y'all. I don't know what tip we're on, so y'all go ahead and figure it out, but that's the next tip. Okay, so this is my next tip. Now this one, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have never done this one because, well, you'll know when I tell you what it is. If you are fine and you got a body by Mattel, girl, look into being a bottle girl, okay? Me personally, I'm 45 years old. Nobody's hiring me to be a bottle girl, okay? But if you got it like that and you look like that and you love the nightlife, the club scene, and you like being out and the party atmosphere and things like that, there are definitely promotion companies that will hire you as an on-call bottle girl. And basically what that means is when there is a club that is having an event or bar that's having an event, you show up hardly dressed, okay, and you pass out drinks. That's about it. You usually do not have to have any experience other than looking fine, okay? So if you look fine and you can hold your own in a bar, in a club, and you like being in that type of environment, then definitely look at being a bottle girl. Another option that you can do, which I would actually do, I'm not a club girl, I'm too old for that. You can also be a bottle girl that is not in the club. You can, like, let's say a cognac is launching a new drink or whatever. See those people who are standing at a liquor store or at Bevmo or stuff like that, and they are handing out free samples of like alcohol and things like that. You can do that. You can do it at special events. Like I know in Long Beach, like they have the Long Beach Grand Prix every year, and I know that they have like the Budweiser girls, or they even have the Red Bull girls. Their only job is to engage with customers and the people that are there and either hand out free samples of alcohol or sell the alcohol. It is literally super easy as long as you can deal with the demographic of the people that you're going to be dealing with, because it's going to be mostly a bunch of men. Not that I have any problems with that, but if you're a girl that can hold your own and you're cool with being in that environment, then you can definitely make some pretty good money as a bottle girl. Hey, from what I've heard, I had a friend who did it, who's up in Northern California. Believe she was making 25 to 30 bucks an hour plus tip. But again, it is completely flexible. It's usually on the weekends, it's usually at night, and it doesn't require you to have any type of experience at all. Usually you just need to have a car to be able to get there. And sometimes you don't even need to have a car. You can just Uber there or whatever. Again, if you got it going on and you are a 10 and you find yourself very attractive, or you think that people find you attractive, that's literally the only requirement for being a bottle girl. So my next tip is kind of along the lines of a course, but it's not really a course. It is basically teaching. I actually discovered this because you've been following me for a while, or you watched my first video, then you will know I actually homeschooled my daughter for about 5 years. And when we homeschooled, we used a platform to supplement her curriculum called OutSchool. Now, what OutSchool is it is a platform where people who are skilled in different things create mini courses or classes directed towards elementary school kids, middle school kids, and high school kids to teach them different things. If you have a skill in anything, like if you know how to sew, you can create a class or a course on sewing. If you're good at photography, if you're good at Spanish, if you are good at content creation, if you are good, like literally like anything, arts and crafts, math, tutoring, whatever, like literally OutSchool, as long as it is geared towards kids. You could do a course, like if you've got a healthcare background and you want to come up with a fun way to teach kids about the birds and the bees, you can do that. Literally everything. Like I'm going to post a link to OutSchool and I'm going to show you guys like some of the classes. Like there's even like a Roblox class that you can teach people how to like build things in Roblox, like AI, pretty much literally anything. The cool thing about going with OutSchool is huge in the homeschooling community, and a lot of states offer money for parents who are homeschooling. So I know like when I was homeschooling, I would get I think $1,800 a year that I could use towards educational things. And we used OutSchool for a lot of that. My daughter took a photography class. My daughter took history classes, Spanish classes, sign language classes, cooking classes. Like there's all types of classes that she could sign up for. And the cool thing is, as a parent, as a homeschooler, I wasn't paying for it, the state was paying for it. Kind of cool. You can teach live lessons, or you can teach pre-recorded lessons. This works really good if you're a flight attendant, because you can create a bunch of courses and then add them on OutSchool. People's parents, kids, whatever, will sign up for them. It's absolutely free to get started. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have any experience with working with kids. You literally create the course, you submit it to OutSchool, OutSchool approves it, and then I think they do like an 80-20 split where you get 80% and they get 20%. They will promote it for you, and you don't have to interact with these kids unless you do a live course. You don't have to grade papers. You don't have to do any of that stuff. If you do want to be more hands-on, you can tutor. Like I know like my daughter, she had an OutSchool tutor for a while for, I believe, math. I believe she had a math tutor and a Spanish tutor on OutSchool, and some of the people there have teachers. You have a lot of like retired teachers or teachers who are doing it as a side hustle. I know I created an OutSchool course about content creation and how to use Instagram to make money, and it did really, really well. Made money off of that course, and I literally did it one time and just continued to make money off of it. Similarly, along the lines of creating a course, only these particular courses are geared towards kids and kids only. I will leave a link down below. The PDF that I would create for you guys, I will leave information on how to get started on OutSchool. Next on the list is to become a UGC content creator, which is a user-generated content creator. What this is companies will hire you to create Instagram Reels and TikTok Reels of their product. They will literally send you a product with a brief and they will say, we want you to create an Instagram reel for this product. This is really cool because literally anybody can do this. You do not have to have a social media following. That is a big misconception. People think you have to have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of followers. That is not true at all. A lot of the times they don't even care what your following is because you are not posting this content on your social media accounts. You're shooting the content, then you're sending it to them for them to post on their social media accounts. You can work with all types of brands. You are a makeup girly and you can do great makeup tutorials or show off a mascara or a lipstick or a full beat on a face. They will send you products to shoot a video, a makeup tutorial. If you know how to cook, they will send you products so that you can make a recipe for them that they can post onto TikTok or to Pinterest. If you are a fashion girly and you can style an outfit, companies will send you clothing so that you can create content around that. Literally, there is a niche for everything. If you're in the gaming niche, you can do that. Alcohol, beverages, you can do that. Although travel is a little bit harder and they usually don't pay you for that because a lot of people will do it for free, but they will sometimes send you out to a hotel and let you stay for free if you can shoot like drone footage of them and of their property and things like that. This one is like really, really easy. The only thing that you have to have literally is a cell phone that takes good pictures, and that's it. And obviously know how to use TikTok and Instagram Reels so that you can create the content, and then obviously using something like CapCut to edit. But that's pretty much it. And there are tons and tons of apps out there where you literally just log on and you just filter through based off of the criteria. Like sometimes they want somebody who's a millennial, sometimes they want a Gen Z or Gen X, or they want a mom that has kids, or they want like a fitness person, like maybe it's a supplement company, or maybe it's a protein shake company, literally anything. These campaigns pay anywhere from, I've seen as low as $50 to free, which we're not doing because we don't work for free. And I've personally been paid up to $2,500 to $3,000 for a single Instagram video or a single Instagram reel. It's just gonna depend on how good your editing skills are and things like that. To get started with this, you usually have to have a couple of samples. So what I suggest doing is just getting some products and just creating sample TikTok videos so that you can create a little portfolio so that if they ask for samples of your work, you have something to show them. Doesn't have to be something that you were hired to do. It could just be something that is fun, that shows off your skills. Creativity is the key here. They're looking for people who are creative, who can shoot good content, who have good editing skills. So if you love social media and you love TikTok and you love Instagram and you like to follow things that are trending or viral, this is definitely something you can do. You can do this on your free time. You can take products with you. I did a sunscreen TikTok video where I literally packed the sunscreen in my carry-on bag and then I put it on while I was at the beach, shot a video with it, sent it to them. They paid me $1,500 for it. Simple. So definitely look into being a UGC content creator. In the PDF that I'm going to link down below, I am going to include a list of apps and agencies where you can go to find these jobs so that you can get started. Okay, you guys, let's head on to my last and final side gig for flight attendants. So the next one, again, requires a little bit of work. However, because we're already in the travel niche industry, it's actually pretty easy to find clients. And this tip is to become a travel agent. Now, I personally am a travel agent. To become a travel agent is really easy. You need zero experience whatsoever. All you have to do is sign up for a host agency. The host agency that I am with is called Outside Agents. I think I pay $25 a month. That's it. You have to do kind of like an online course where they walk you through how to sell products and stuff. And then you can literally sell travel. You can specialize, like you could only do, like I know people who only do Disney. They only specialize in Disney trips, only specialize in cruises, only specialize in luxury travel. I know people who only specialize in budget travel, only focus on like long like trips. Like if you want to book like a 25-day trip. I know people who only specialize in group travel. I know people who, like me, who are just one-off. Like I don't even advertise that I am a travel agent, but I post my trips on my Facebook group, on Instagram, and I will have people who will reach out to me and they'll be like, hey, me and my boyfriend are planning an anniversary trip to Napa. Can you help us? I sure can, because hiring me as a travel agent does not cost them any money. I earn a commission off of it. So I can usually get them a lower rate than they can find on their own. And it's fun for me because I actually enjoy planning trips for people. It costs them literally no money at all to hire them. Sorry, you guys, my camera battery was gonna die. The cool thing about it is, like I said, start up really cheap. It's like $25 a month. That's outside agencies who I'm with. There's a bunch of other travel agencies that are out there. Usually when you pay the $25 a month, it gives you access to all of the websites that you can use to book. You can book concert, rental car, hotels, excursions, you can book cruises, you can help people get their passports, you can help people get global entry, you can book special events like the Long Beach Grand Prix, or let's say somebody wants to go to the Kentucky Derby. You get access to all of that. And the other cool perk about it is I personally became a travel agent, not because I wanted to book other people's travels, but because I wanted to book my own, because you earn a commission off of everything you sell, even if what you sell is for yourself. So let's say I know that I'm gonna go spend 5 days in Paris, and I know that I'm gonna book an excursion, and I'm gonna book a hotel, and I'm gonna book all this stuff. I will book it under my agent code, and then I will earn a 15 or 25% commission. So it's like I'm getting a discount just for booking my own travel. If I'm gonna book a cruise, I'm definitely gonna book it under my travel agency number, because I can get a discount off of it. The other cool thing is, once you have started selling a lot and making a lot of sales, you'll actually get invited on what are called fam trips. Either pay you, or they will give you free days at their hotel. Oh, come experience our hotel so that you can go and tell your clients about it. So becoming a travel agent is super, super easy. Now, I'm very, very, very involved in the travel industry, and a lot of the people who follow me are more DIY type people, so they don't tend to need a travel agent. If you are somebody who knows people who just doesn't want to deal with it, I know people with money who don't want to deal with booking their own travel, they will hire a travel agent, or they will get a travel agent to do it. Corporate travel is huge. If you've got a corporate background and you want to reach out to companies that do a lot of corporate travel, you could become a corporate travel agent and you handle all of the travel. And like I said, very little startup. The only learning curve is you kind of have to know what you're doing. You kind of have to know the ins and outs of travel, and what countries require what, and things like that. So it's a lot of common sense involved, but they will walk you through how to do all of that. There's groups, there's forums. You will also get an advisor or mentor that you can reach out to with questions that you may have. And it's kind of one of those come and go as you want. Sometimes I'll pay my $25, and then other times when I know I'm not going to use it, I'll pause it and I won't. And then if I know I'm going to book a trip, then I'll restart it up again. But you can earn some really good commissions off of it. I know I earn probably about $400 or $500 a month just off of Viator alone. Every single time I do an excursion or I do a tour or something like that, I will use the link from my travel agency website, and that is the link that I will share with people. And when they book it, I earn a commission. So this works really well if you are in a lot of travel Facebook groups, things like that. If you want to start your own Facebook page that is dedicated to travel, where everybody that is there is because they want to travel. It's also really good if you specialize in something, because then you're not just all over the place. You start to build that network of people, and you can earn commission without even really trying. That's another option that you can look into if you want a side hustle that is along the lines of travel, that you can work whenever you want to work, into becoming a travel agent.